So this project actually started out just as a sort of experiment, and I was just doing a little bit of filming with the intention of making a brief reel out of my filming. And then after I was kind of far into it, I realized that my filming had kind of taken on a slightly more tutorial type feeling to it, and that I had too much of it to make it into just a reel. So I decided to go ahead and do it in the full form, even though the orientation of the video isn't the same, as the normal horizontal orientation for a YouTube video. I have uploaded written instructions for what I did to my Google Drive for a free download for you guys, and I've got that linked in the description box below. I started by chaining 31, and I measured that against my tea cozy to see if the height was about where I wanted it to be, because we're working vertically from one side to the other side of the tea cozy, so the chain is going to be vertical. I then worked half double crochets into the back loop of each chain across, starting with the second chain from the hook, and then when I got to the point where I had 5 chains left, I switched to single crochets, still in the back loop. When I reach the end, I will chain 1 and turn it, and put 1 single crochet into the back loop of the first 5 stitches, which would be the 5 single crochets from the previous row, and then I switched to half double crochets, again still in the back loop only, of the rest of the stitches across. You should wind up with 30 stitches total, 25 half double crochets and 5 single crochets. Then what I initially did was chain 1 and turn to keep working on my half double crochets for the next row, but then what I switched to later on in the tea cozy was chaining 2, because it's really hard to find that last stitch on the end if you just chain 1 for a half double crochet. And changing colors at this point is optional, but I liked the striped look. And encasing your yarn tail in your half double crochets is also optional, but I prefer that over sewing the ends in later on. So I proceeded to put 1 half double crochet into the back loop of each half double crochet from the previous row, so that would be the first 25 stitches on this row, and then 1 single crochet into the back loop of each single crochet from the previous row, the last 5 stitches. I would chain 1 and turn, and put 1 single crochet into the back loop of each single crochet from the previous row, which would be the first 5 stitches now, and then 1 half double crochet into each half double crochet from the previous row, the next 25 stitches. Back loop only, remember. Then I would change colors, chain 2, and turn. Now remember, I'm showing chain 1 in the video because this was an experiment and I didn't realize until later on that chaining 2 worked better. Now I continued in this pattern until I had 10 stripes total, which would mean that I had worked 20 rows total. I've got written instructions for continuing to work the next portion in crochet without breaking off your yarn, but what I would recommend doing is breaking off your yarn and crocheting another piece exactly like this first one, because it winds up looking a lot better in the end, I think. If your teapot is a different size from mine, you can keep repeating these rows until you have enough fabric to cover half the circumference of your teapot. Now it's time to seam up both sides of the tea cozy, and you want to make sure to leave an opening for the spout or handle partway up each side, and spacing might vary a little bit depending on the teapot. I chose to use my crochet hook to slip stitch my 2 halves together up the side. So starting at the bottom, I slip stitched the first 6 stitches, and then I slip stitched just across one side, not attaching the 2, for the next 12 stitches, and then I slip stitched the 2 together again for the last 12 stitches. So in measurement, that is that I stitched up about 1 inch on the bottom of the tea cozy, left a gap of about 2.5 inches, and then stitched up the rest of the tea cozy up to the top. When I got to the top, I clipped my yarn, leaving a long tail, and I pulled it through that last loop that was on my hook, and then I threaded that onto a yarn needle and wove it in and out right along the edge of the top side of my tea cozy so that I could gather it up and tie it. And I did this with the cozy inside out. And I found that the sort of ridges created from each row being worked into the back loop of the previous row were a really good guide for when to put my needle in and out to weave my yarn through for a gathering stitch. I pulled it up tightly and tied it securely, and then turned my tea cozy back right side out. Now, because I had some loose-ish loops of yarn along the bottom of my tea cozy from changing colors without, breaking the yarn and weaving in a whole bunch of ends, I decided to make a little ribbing band to stitch to the bottom edge of my tea cozy. So I did this by chaining 3 in the white and then putting a single crochet into the back loop of the second chain from the hook, and the next chain, chaining 1, turning, and then putting a single crochet into the back loop of each single crochet, chain 1, turn, single crochet into the back loop of those 2 single crochets, chain 1, turn, and repeat until I had done 40 rows. So the number of ridges on your little white strip here should match the number of ridges on your actual tea cozy. When I had completed those 40 rows, I laid my little strip against my tea cozy, right sides together, and aligned the ridges, and sort of loosely whip stitched or overcast stitched the 2 together, putting about 2 stitches per colored stripe, or 1 stitch per row. And I did this all around the bottom of my tea cozy, and then seamed the 2 ends of my little white ribbing strip together. Now, the possibilities for decorating the top of the tea cozy are nearly endless, but I settled on these little yarn flowers. So I started by cutting a 4 to 6 inch piece of blue yarn and placing it between my first and second fingers. Then, with yarn from the skein, I started wrapping around those 2 fingers until I had 20 wraps, so 10 wraps down and 10 wraps back. I tried to keep them fairly even, and I tried to separate my fingers ever so slightly so that they could be parallel to each other along the outer edge of the fingers. So not the inside of the fingers where they would touch each other, but the opposite edges of the fingers. I wanted those edges to be parallel to each other. Once I had my 20 wraps, I took that first piece of yarn that I had cut and that was sitting between my fingers, and I wrapped it around the yarn that I had been looping around my fingers and started to tie it in a knot. And before I got it too tight, I slipped the big bulky yarn loops off my fingers and kind of adjusted them, and then finished tying my little holding together piece of yarn. And I cut my flower loose from the skein and made sure to get the 2 ends of my actual flower tied in to that first piece that I cut as well to keep everything really secure. I left the tails in place so that I would have a nice easy way to attach these flowers to my tea cozy. I then threaded a piece maybe 8 inches long of some yellow yarn onto my yarn needle and threaded it underneath the top side of my flower, so underneath that first piece of yarn that I had cut, the one that's tying the whole thing together. And I actually catch some of the, I guess you could call them petals of the flower as well, or the loops, and I tied it into a double knot and then slipped both ends of the yellow through the flower back to the back side of the flower and tied it into another knot. then you can make as many of these flowers for your tea cozy as you like. I wound up going with 6 so that I could put 1 in the center top of the tea cozy and then 5 around it. And that looks about right for a tea cozy of this size. I probably could have gone with 1 more circle of flowers, and for a larger tea cozy you definitely would want more flowers, or at least I would. I then used my crochet hook to pull the tails that I had left on my flowers from the outside of the tea cozy to the inside of the tea cozy, and I tied them in square knots to really secure them in place. Thank you guys for bearing with me on my weird little experiment. I hope that you guys got a little bit of enjoyment out of it and that you will check out the written instructions if you have an interest in making this cozy, especially if the video didn't make a whole lot of sense. But I am super excited to have a little 2-cup teapot cozy in my collection because I've been wanting one for ages and ages, and I'm glad that I finally got around to making one.